In today's video, I'm going to be telling you about the worst seizure I ever had. And so I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, like, subscribe, and comment down below what other videos you want to see. It started like any other day. I woke up, went to school, came home. I wasn't feeling too good. I was really lightheaded. I tried eating something and it didn't work. I went into my dad's room to talk about a game, and after I told him I was going to go lay down, I went and laid down. He came and checked on me because he could tell something was off, and he noticed I was having a seizure. I could not remember who he was. I was screaming because I'm like, who are you? I'm in this random house. I had no clue where I was. And I'm like, get my mom. Where's my mom? And so he had called my mom. My mom had come over and she's like, what's going on? And like my dad explained it. And she's like, Josephine, that's your dad. That's your sister. And I didn't know who it was. So she just like held me in her arms while I cried. And the ambulance had showed up. And I didn't even know who any of them were either. And so they had to go out and get like the chair, and so they brought the chair back up, they put me in the chair, walked me down the stairs, put me in the bed. My mom's like, they're like, what's going on? And he's like, well, she had explained the situation, and they're like, do you know where you are? And like, I just would not talk to him, and so they had to ask the questions to my mom, and then my mom would ask me, and then I would tell my mom. It made their job 10 times harder. But, you know, I didn't know who they were. To me, they were strangers. And I guess I didn't even know what, like, cops were. I'm not sure. Or maybe I just didn't understand the situation I was in. After that, I went to the hospital. And I think I was in the hospital for almost 2 days. Like, a day and a half. And they had put an IV in. I was, like, trying to take it out. So they had to, like, wrap it. And they wrapped it in, like, a purple, like, gauze with, like, black hearts on it. And they were waiting for me to give a urine sample too, and so we had got that. And I remember for the first like 5 hours not being able to walk like at all. Like no matter how much I wanted to walk, I couldn't walk. I remember having to go to the bathroom and having to use like a wheelchair because I just couldn't walk. And so after this, I still didn't remember anything. Then like by the time I got out of the hospital, like I just figured I slept that whole day. No one talked about it. It had went on. I think it was like 3 months later, my sister had brought it up, and I could tell that like she didn't want to talk about it. So I did try to like push it out. I'm like, what do you mean? Like I don't remember this. This didn't happen. And she's like, oh, like yeah. She's like, yeah, maybe you're right or something like that. Or I remember like I had tried to get it out of her again. Not really trying to get it out of her. Like I wasn't like pushing on it, but it was like I was like something. This happened, and I don't know like what this was. And so I had tried to mention it to my mom, and it's like no one wanted to talk about it. I tried to mention it to like everyone, and like no one wanted to talk about it. And I didn't like, it wasn't like they would like not answer any questions. It's just like they would like, I guess, switch subjects or like not hear me, and they would like avoid anything to do with it. It wasn't until my sister had like told me the story on what had happened that I went questioning, like actually questioning my mom, and so my mom had told me too. And like I remember feeling so bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, like like how could I do this? At first I was in denial. I was like, no, this didn't happen. Like this is crazy. Like they're making up a story. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this happened. Like who am I? And why did I do this? And so she has like, it's not your fault, like you were just having a seizure, blah blah blah. The normal like mother trying to comfort her daughter after realizing that she'd done something wrong. And she's like this, like, you didn't do anything wrong. Like, it was your sister. You couldn't remember anything. And I remember, like, that next month just continuing to have, like, flashbacks. Like, and I swear, like, it got, like, where I would remember, and I think I would just, like, wake up in the middle of the night, like, crying. And I was like, it wasn't until I finally let myself accept the fact that, like, I could not have done anything about it when this happened, that I finally let it go.